we are starting session 1 of our 12-week plan. This one's entitled Effective Rotation and Kick, Form to Faster Swimming. And we're starting with 4 100s on 15 seconds rest. Now please, on these 100s, just build slowly to a reasonable pace, something like your triathlon race pace, and then you'll be warmed up for what's to come. So now we're going to put on some fins, and we're using fins for a couple of reasons. Firstly, they do allow you to balance up at the back slightly easier because they're kicking with more force. Secondly, they move you faster through the water and enable you to breathe without over-rotating too much. That's hugely important, and when you're doing drills you are slowing down, so the fins just gives you that extra impetus to ensure that you've got your feet up at the surface a little easier and that you can breathe a little easier at the front. So we have 8 50-metre swims on 1:15. If you're not wearing fins, you'll have to extend that time a little bit or just take 10 seconds rest. Right, they're kicking on your side with your arms slapped to your side. And the important thing here is that you feel where the water is on your side. It should be close to your wrist, and that way you know you're totally balanced. You're absolutely flat in the water. That's what we want. We want you flat in the water. The first 4 done. Changing sides by length, so it's staying on your side flat the whole way. At the end of the length, change sides. The second 4 are done changing after every breath. I'm going to show you on the computer how this is done. Hugely important that you don't move your head when your body's moving, and you don't move your body when your head's moving. We're trying to divorce the movement of the head from the body. Hugely important. Let's just look at that on the computer. So here we have Adam kicking on his side. Now he's actually going to change by breath, but if you are kicking on your side changing by length, just remember you remain on the same side exactly like this for the whole length, then change sides for the second length. Now if you note, his body position's right against the surface. Every bit of his body is facing the side of the pool, and his head is looking over his shoulder slightly forward and down. Now he's going to come forward and he's going to take a breath. Notice he moves his head up, doesn't move his body, back down, and then rotates from side to side. So if you're staying on one side, you wouldn't do this, but he's now taken his breath, rotated his head back, and his body moves from side to side with his head staying dead still. The perfect way to do this drill. And this is without fins. You'll find it a lot easier with fins. Okay, breathe again, down, and then rotate without moving your head. Absolutely perfect way to do this drill. So we're now going to just have 4 50s off 1:15 doing a thing called the shark fin drill. Shark fin drill is where we're still on our side, keeping an arm out ahead this time, and raising your arm that's on your body as you breathe up to your underarm and back down again, and continuing that the whole length, raising up to breathe and back down again, and every time you breathe you raise your arm. And you're doing that because that's exactly the place you would do it in front crawl. And I've got a little example on the computer, so I'll show you that to make sure you get it absolutely right, and then we'll go on for the next drills. To practice for the extended shark fin drill, it's quite useful to do the shark fin drill itself, which is just raising the arm up to the underarm and then back down again. And if you can, breathe as the arm rises. That's where you should be breathing in front crawl as you finish the stroke. So it's a very good way to practice before you go into the extended shark fin drill. We now go to the major drills of the day, and we're going to do 12 50-metre swims off 1:05. You've got fins on, hopefully that won't be difficult for you. If it is at the moment difficult to hit that time, just take 10 seconds rest off each, that'll be fine. So we're going to do 4 each of extended shark fin, single arm with pull buoy, and finger drag. Now I'm going to go to the computer and show you these so that when you go to the pool you know exactly how to do them. So key points on the extended shark fin drill: you want to breathe early as your arm recovers, because that's where you should be breathing in front crawl. Then the arm goes back down on the side of your body and comes forward and releases the other arm there. Nice and relaxed, and then forward. Now they're going to just go into the turn. up, breathing, just at the beginning, down, and it comes up and goes forward. And notice as it goes forward, you can see that arm coming into the water as the catch is made, so that we can make maximum distance per stroke. As drills isolate a particular position, you want to do them correctly, and with the single arm with pull buoy drill, it's hugely important that you rotate to the opposite side to maximize your strength. You can see here, maximize the length of your stroke. You can see here from that position where the hips are turned, they're going to turn the other way, and in doing that we've extended our arm beyond the other hand. So where we have the hands level, as we rotate, that hand extends beyond that position, so we're maximizing the stroke, and from that position we can move into the catch, and once we've moved into the catch we're pushing backwards on the water and we're actually making an effective stroke, and that's really what we want. So if you look at these going through, you can see both of these boys are really grabbing the water and rotating, and so are these. And here we have finger drag done really well. We'll show it at full speed. You can see it's incredibly relaxed in both of these swimmers. The hands coming forward, and it's always below the elbow, and it's always below the elbow right to the front where it comes into the water in line with the shoulder. You can see that. We have in line with the shoulder, that's where that hand is coming in. Again, you can see that ideally there, in line with the shoulder, and again with the swimmer furthest away. And you can see there, the hand is lower than the wrist, which is lower than the elbow, and that's hugely important in swimming. No matter how you recover your arm, you want a relaxed forearm as it comes forward. Now the main set is taking that finger drag drill without fins this time and turning that into higher speed. So it's a series of swims, 100 meters, 125, 150, 175 and 200. Now each time we're going to do 3 lengths in that lovely relaxed finger drag style, and then you're going to turn that to faster swimming. So in the 100 you're obviously doing 3 lengths and 1, etc. as you go through. The timings are 2:05, 2:35, 3:10, 3:45 and 4:20. So that 4:20 should not be difficult for you to do a 200 in. Remember, you're trying to take really good form and keep that form, but turn that into faster swimming by not doing the finger drag. Okay, we now have 150 swim down, and that's it for session 1. Now that was painless. You should have done 2,500 meters in that session. If you're not used to doing that, if you're a slightly slower swimmer, obviously you might have reduced some of those drills or even the main swim. Okay, hopefully you've enjoyed that session. I've enjoyed being there with you. Keep well.